Welcome back to the podcast with your host, Samantha.
And I'm Alexa. We're here to light up your life.
Today's guest is someone whose insights have reached millions. Scott Clary is an entrepreneur, investor, author, and the host of the Success Story podcast, a global hit with over 30 million downloads, ranking as top 10 business podcast and top 3 in personal and self-development. Scott dives deep into the stories behind some of the most prolific business and thought leaders of our time. And today he's here to share his story. Scott has built and led elite sales and marketing teams and helped companies scale and exit. Get ready for a masterclass on success, mindset, and leadership, and build real influence straight from the best person in the game.
Welcome to the show, Scott.
It's a very kind intro. I should always bring you along with me just to hype me up before before
I know
before I
that
meet
was
someone new. That's good. That's very good. But you're very, very kind.
right. So, getting started here, I know you've spoken to some of the most accomplished mindsets in the world, but behind all the strategy and scale, who has Scott had to become to hold space for these conversations?
That's a really good question. And it's such a good question because I have evolved over the life of the podcast and the life of my content. When I first started, I was building a company and my day looked like sales and marketing and hiring people and closing deals. And a lot of the conversations that I had on the podcast were just discussing the things that I was trying to figure out in the company that I was building at the time. And that company was eventually acquired. And I was so interested in what success looked like on the other side of an exit. So after you work really, really hard and you have some sort of financial success, what else, what is the purpose of life? And I didn't have an exit or success like some of the people that I interview, but I was incredibly curious when somebody sort of wins the game that most people try and play. What does life look like on the other side of that? What does success actually look like? And I found out through interviewing a lot of people that were exited entrepreneurs that success is not just about financial success, is not just about building a business and sort of making fu money. Success is about sort of upskilling yourself and improving yourself across all areas of your life. Nobody wants to exit a company or make a ton of money and have a broken family or broken relationships. Nobody wants to make a ton of money and not have their mental health or their physical health, or you could even argue their spiritual health. And I think that who I've had to become I've had to become somebody that understands the importance of succeeding across all areas of my life. And the reason why I've had to become that person is I've been so blessed to have exposure to so many people that have taught me the importance of being quote unquote successful outside of a traditional definition of success, which is most people look at a definition of success being financial. So I've really just understood what true happiness, fulfillment, and success actually is, which is a part financial, a part making enough money to be happy and to sort of be free and to work on the things that you enjoy working on, not have to work on the things that you don't enjoy working on, but also uh, to sort of improve all the other areas of your life, which I think unfortunately, some people only focus on optimizing for financial success and they let all the other areas of their life sort of fall by the wayside. And that's wrong and that's incorrect. And I see it, in some of the people I interview. I see people that have exited for, 50 million, 100 million. I've interviewed billionaires as well. And some of them have this balance. They have fulfillment. They have a family that loves them. They're in great shape. There's a whole bunch of things outside of money that they've tried to optimize in their life. Other people, they've only optimized for money and they get on the other side of some big financial success and they're sad and they're depressed. And it's hard for them to even have a conversation about why their life lacks meaning because nobody will really empathize with them. And I've had both of these kinds of people in front of me. And I've just been fortunate enough to learn that I'd rather be the person that is sort of quote unquote successful across all areas of my life and not the person that is just financially successful and sort of broken in every other part.